Guys, I wanted to post this video here to tell you guys the story of how Inuyasha Abridgement came to be. It's not a very exciting story for you, but I kind of want to talk right now and give you guys something to watch while you're waiting for the next episode. And plus, a lot of things that happened throughout my life led up to this moment, so why not do both? And tell you the story anyway. It began a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. In high school, I was approached by a guy named Brian, who's now one of my better friends, and he tried to get me to watch this parody called Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. And at the time, I'm like, Yu-Gi-Oh! What the hell's a Yu-Gi-Oh? Because when I was a child, my parents are very pro-American cartoons, and you can't watch anything that's not American or not Boomerang-related cartoons. Basically, I was only allowed to watch like Looney Tunes and Mickey Mouse cartoons and anything from Disney. Anything else was just like, no. So basically, no Power Rangers or Dragon Ball Z. That turned out fine. I watch them now, which is really not weird, totally. But basically, I went my whole life without knowing what anime was. I was like, I would see a glimpse of it on TV. I think I distinctly remember like being small and like seeing like a shot of Inuyasha from the third episode like on TV, and I'm like, what is this? I don't understand what I'm seeing. Because I'm used to like because I was used to the very like cartoony, like whoa kind of cartoons, very animated. But yeah, I went my whole life without watching anime because I had this weird, and like later on in life, like up to like my senior year of high school, I had this weird conception about anime that only emo kids watched it. Don't know why. I was dumb back then. Give young Dan a break. But my friend Dominic got me into anime, and of course, the first one I watched is one of the weirder ones. I watched Fleekly. Yeah, that explains a lot, doesn't it? But yeah, right after I watched that, I watched so much anime. I just like my brain exploded. It was just like, oh my god, this is amazing anime. I basically went through a lot of anime at once. I started Inuyasha. I never watched it all the way through when I. Back then, I kind of watched the first few, and someone's like, oh, the series doesn't end. And I'm like, what? Oh, that sucks. I want to watch this, right? But yeah, I stopped. And yeah, then my friend Brian approached me again, and he showed me Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. And I was so mad at Past Dan, because, Past Dan, you're an idiot. This is hilarious. You should have watched this. Oh my god! Everything about it was really good. Just the jokes, the characters, just... I was in school the next day just quoting it with Brian going, do as the rod commands, mind slave. And just basically everything from Merrick's Council of Evil I quoted a lot, frequently. And there goes my Skype. That ruins that moment. But basically, yeah, I really got into a bridge series after that. And I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, Yu Yu Hakusho Abridged, stuff by HBI Duque, watched some Sailor Moon Abridged, like a couple episodes of that. I really got into Dragon Ball Z Abridged because that one's the big one, you know, everyone's seen that. And I watched it all into college. In college, when I was in college, I went for a program known as Visual Communications, which is just like camera stuff and making videos and whatnot, working with sound, whatnot, and all that junk. Because I want to be a filmmaker someday. That would be nice. Be able to make movies that aren't terrible. I have a long way to go. But I remember watching an episode of like Dragon Ball Z and I'm like, this is really well edited. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm an editor. They're editors. I can make an abridged series. Mind blown. And so I gathered a bunch of my friends from college and my brother, and we decided we were going to parody one-shots of every anime that we can think of. And that was our original goal. We first one-shotted Sonic X, and that was garbage. And no, I will never post it on this channel, because, God, it's hideous. I am thinking, though, about making a parody, like a remake of it, with, like, maybe one joke from that, so you'll get one glimpse of how terrible I was in making a bridge series. And then we were going through anime, and we got to Inuyasha, and like that scene happens where Kikyo's bleeding in the beginning, and I make that tampon joke right away, and my friends are just laughing their butts off. I'm like, okay, we're doing this one next, because I like I'm just coming up with jokes just by watching this. And we created a script and I edited it, and while I'm editing it, I was just like, man, this is really good. This is way better than that Sonic one. I really feel really good about this. And after like watching it a few times and sharing it with people, like I'm like, you know what? I think we're just gonna cancel the one-shot idea and just keep making Inuyasha Abridgement, because at the time, I don't know if there is one out there now, but like all the abridged series for Inuyasha were like minimum to really bad. Like I was just watching it and I'm like, oh god, this is just bad, low quality sound and just not funny jokes. And there's a couple of good ones now. There's one by ArkaKun. I'll post a link of his down below. It's more fast-paced, crazier version, kind of like a Codement version. His is really good. I like him. I'm hoping to collaborate with him someday. What point was I making? What was I talking about? I get distracted while I'm talking. Oh yeah, so we made Inuyasha Abridgement, and we kept making episodes. Like, the process changed a lot. Originally, I just did most of the voices, because it was me and my brother were the only ones that really could do voices, because I spent most of my life just trying to imitate cartoon voices. Like, in 8th grade, I imitated Eric Cartman a lot, because I really got into South Park then, and I guess that was kind of the start of it. Like, my first voice, I would say, and kids are like, oh, that's hilarious. Keep doing that. And so now I do a lot more voices, and I did Kikyo's voice, because it's always funny to have a female character that has a man voice. Yeah, I had fun voicing. I still have fun voicing, like the main cast that's were there in the beginning, like Kaede and Yoga and all that greatness, imitating Shishomaru. Yeah, but now a lot more people have joined our group, and now I have a lot more people helping me with voices. And now my brother helps me edit the episode, so I'm not doing it all by myself. What I do is I edit all the lip syncing, so that everyone is talking in the right way and the scenes flow together, and then he throws in all the sound effects and music to make sure it sounds lovely and not make your ears bleed sound. You don't like that sound. It's called peaking. You don't want that. Yeah, we've pretty much been doing that for like 4 years, and I'm really happy how this series has come along. We're real close to 3,000 subscribers, and I read your comments, and it makes me really happy. And yeah, that's the story. And they lived happily ever after. The end. Bye.